Developing procedures to ensure resiliencies of solution in production. You need to make sure that your processes are in place if at all something goes wrong with your application. You always design it for failure. You do not need to assume that your services are not going to fail. There are some services which are out of which are like fully managed Google services like Cloud Pubs Up. You don't have to worry about anything regarding Cloud Pubs Up. But if at all you are hitting to their SLAs and you're hitting too much to your same topic in PubSub, then you need to think about different solutions if at all the latency is not acceptable to you, right? As because you are pushing millions and millions of record into PubSub within say per minute or something like that, right? You need to make sure that you have sufficient resiliency. You can create maybe multiple topics to publish a message from all those equipments. But yeah, you need to make sure that design in place if at all something goes wrong, and you make sure that it is documented and it is communicated well to the operations team. Resiliency and high availability or the DR side, you need to make sure that you are using multiple zone for your deployment. If it is zonal kind of resources, it's a physical resources. There are some resources like load balancer. It is a global service and you do not need to worry about managing or creating that in different zones because it is not applicable to the zone. You need to make sure that your services are protected from regional failures, right? If at all some region is not connected because of some reason, you need to make sure that there are backup regions which are available for your service to continue. You need to make sure that the replication and you have the infrastructure as a code in the form of code that is available for you to launch and complete infrastructure without additional support. You can use some manual method to do it, but ultimately you need to have everything written into the code format which you can launch it anytime, right? Test DR. Majority of the times we create a disaster recovery, but we do not test it. You need to make sure that you are testing the disaster recovery. As an example, say there is a Cloud SQL and you want to you have created a failover for Cloud SQL. Even though it is managed service, you need to make sure that you test it as it is failing over to the other service, right? Define the process and test the process and to restore in case of outage or failures. Let's go ahead and get some understanding on managing implementations inside managing implementation for the cloud.